This is very much like that storm that could be coming. You want to have everything ready before the storm hits.
For some local migrants, that storm could look like being separated from your family or possibly being arrested with no warning. Immigration roundup operations were a campaign promise, and President Donald Trump is following through with them, including right here in Houston. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Daniela Guzman.
And I'm Keith Garvin. Tonight, KPRC2 is taking a closer look at President Trump's immigration operations and its impact here in Houston. We know this is an incredibly divisive issue, so we want to focus on what is actually happening.
And we can start with the numbers. How's that? The escalation in arrests just over the last couple of days. Saturday, ICE recorded 286 arrests nationwide, and on Sunday that number rose to nearly 1,000. And today, agents with ICE and other federal agencies made 1,179 arrests, many of those right here in the Houston area.
These images show some of those arrests from the past few days. As a result, local immigration advocacy groups have increased their efforts to educate migrants about the law and their rights, also to teach them how to interact with federal agents if confronted. We start our coverage tonight with Bryce Newberry and how this deportation operation is unfolding here in Houston. Bryce?
Keith, Daniela, dozens of immigration-related arrests have been made here in the Houston area just in the last week since President Trump took office. And tonight, federal law enforcement agencies, including local FBI agents, are now helping ICE carry out this immigration enforcement effort. President Trump's crackdown on illegal immigration on full display across Texas just 1 week into his second term. This video from outside a Houston apartment complex shows federal agents detaining a man Sunday. Houston's DEA division shared these photos of agents helping with immigration enforcement, and in Montgomery County, ICE joined this traffic stop of a wanted man.
Immediately halted all illegal entry and began sending every border trespasser and violator back to the places from which they came.
75 people have been taken into custody here, and while many local law enforcement agencies say they haven't been contacted by federal authorities, local FBI, DEA, and Homeland Security agents have been on the front lines. Monday, Texas Governor Greg Abbott sent more than 400 additional troops from Houston and Fort Worth military bases to the southern border to work alongside U.S. Border Patrol. The ramping up comes after President Trump signed more than a dozen executive orders targeting immigration last week, prompting predominantly Hispanic Alief ISD to send this letter to families, asking them to update their contact information and urging them to update who can drop off or pick up their child.
This is very much like that storm that could be coming. You want to have everything ready before the storm hits, so you won't be caught off guard.
Houston immigrant rights organization FAIAL says the #1 way to prepare is with identifying documents and to get organized with attorneys, accounts, deeds, and more.
Putting this plan together is not once you're detained by ICE, because by that time it's going to be too late.
And targeted operations by ICE have been playing out in cities all across the country. Tonight, President Trump's border czar is promising to go after as many criminals as possible as FAIAL, that immigrant rights organization, plans sessions for the community to know their rights. We're live tonight. I'm Bryce Newberry, KPRC 2 News.
All right, Bryce, thank you. And